Good morning, dear students. My name is Ferhan Mazher, and today we are studying the subject Cambridge O Levels D Maths 4024. We are working on the syllabus, and for this purpose, we are working on the book D2 from the name of the book is New Syllabus Mathematics 7th edition. Today we are starting, it's the 6th chapter. The name of the chapter is Algebraic Fractions and Formulae. And the first exercise involved algebraic fractions, simplification by dividing by common factors, and simplification involving factorization, multiplication, and division of the algebraic fraction. So this exercise is very important. From here, students learn how to complete the procedures and algebraic procedures. We have to write the procedures. And in the further maths, when you study this, you use these procedures. Okay, so for example, when you will be solving, we will learn quadratic formula. There, before you have to simplify a given equation into the standard form. So there you need this. Okay, so let's start this. We are going to study the algebraic fractions. Okay, so here we go. So the exercise we are studying is exercise 6a. Simplify each of the following. It's 4x raised to power 4 and 12x divided by 12x raised to power 5 and y. So if you want to simplify this, if they can be cancelled with the same number, you will cancel them. For example, let me show you. So here we go. So, my dear student, this 4 and 12, they can be cancelled with the table of the 4. That will be 1 by 3. X raised to power 4, here we have x raised to power 5. So, in the numerator, the power is larger. So, from the power of the numerator, we will subtract the power of the denominator. So, downstairs, I will write x raised to power 5 minus 4. And because the y is only in the denominator, so the y will remain as y. So 5 minus 4 will be 1. So you are left with 1 divided by, and in the denominator we will write 3xy. So hopefully you understand that these two, they have been involved with each other. So from the downstairs we have done x raised to power 5 minus 4, and this has been cancelled with the table of the 4. So this is how you will do question number. The question number 1A part. Okay. So now we are going to the next question. The next question is question number 1. It's B part. It's 16a cube b raised to power 4 divided by 24a raised to power 5 and b square. So this 16 and the 24, they can be cancelled with the table of the 8. So 8 2s are 8 3s are this a cube, and downstairs you have a raised to power 5. So in the denominator, I will write a raised to power 5 minus 3. And if you look at the b raised to power 4 divided by the b square. So I will write b raised to power 4 and minus 2. Okay, so because the b's power in the numerator is larger, so we will keep the b there. So here we go. So question number 1, it's B part is showing up on your screen. So 16, 24, they are cancelled with the table of the 8. And for B, I have written in the numerator, I have written 4 minus 2. And for the A, I have written the A in the denominator. And I have written A raised to power 5 minus 3. So it will be 2b squared divided by 3a square. So that is how you will do this question. Okay, so the next question coming up on your screen is question number 1. And it's C part 23 q raised to power 3 r and 69 q r cube s in the denominator. Okay, so 23 and 69 can be cancelled with the table of 23. And 23 1s are 23 and 23 3s are 69. So they will be cancelled with each other. For the q, the numerator has a larger power of the q. So in the numerator, I will write 3 q raised to power 3 minus 1. The r has a larger power in the denominator. So in the denominator, I will write r raised to power 3 and minus 1. And s is only present in the denominator, so it will remain in the denominator. So finally, you will have q raised to power 2 divided by 3r square s. Okay, so this is how you will do the question number 1. It's C part. Question number 1, it's D part. It says 3mn square p cube, and in the denominator we have 18m cube np raised to power 6. Okay, 3 and 18 can be cancelled with the table of 3, and the rest of the, okay. So 3 and 18 cancelled with the table of the 3. 3 ones are 3, 6 are 18. So m is larger power is in the denominator. So in the denominator, I will write m raised to power 3 minus 1. N larger power was in the numerator. So in the numerator, I will write n raised to power 2 minus 1. The p has a larger power in the denominator. So in the denominator, I will write p raised to power 6 minus 3. So final answer will be n raised to power 1, and in the denominator we will have 6 and m square and p cube. So this is how you will do question number 1. It's D part. Okay, question number 1, it's E part. It's 15ac cube divided by 75a square b4 and c in the denominator. So 15 and 75, they can be cancelled with a table of table of 15. So 15 ones are 15 fives are is 75. So a has a larger power in the denominator. So I will write a in the denominator, and its power will be 2 minus 1. C's larger power is in the numerator. So I will write in the numerator c raised to power 3 minus 1, and b is only present in the denominator, so it will remain in the denominator, d raised to b raised to power 4. So your final answer will be c squared divided by 5a b raised to power 4. Okay, so the question number 1 is F part is 16xy cube z and divided by 64x square y raised to power 4 and z cube. So 16 and the 64, they can be cancelled with the table of 16. And the rest of the things, I will show you how this is done. So we are going to the next question. The next question coming up, question number 1 F part. 16 fours are 64. So 16 ones are 16, 16 fours are 64. The x is larger power was in the denominator. So in the denominator, I will write x raised to power 2 minus 1. And the y's larger power is also in the denominator. So in the denominator, I will write y raised to power 4 minus 3. The z's larger power is in the denominator. So in the denominator, I will write z raised to power 3 minus 1. So it will be 1 divided by 4x, y, and z square. So this is how you will do question number 1. It's F part. Okay, my dear students, we are going to the next question. The next question is question number 2. It says A part. Here we have 2 fractions, and here the factorization is involved. The numerator, denominator both are factorized, and then those factors will be cancelled with each other. So if you look at the A part in the numerator, the y can be taken as common, and in the denominator you see the 2 terms are given in the denominator, and you can take 4 common. So let me show you how this is done. And here we go. So from the numerator, I will take y common. So in the bracket, you are left with x plus 3. And from the denominator, you can see 4 is common. So in the fraction, you are left with x plus 3. Now x plus 3 and x plus 3 bracket will be cancelled, and you are left with the y plus 4. So this is how this x plus 3 and x plus 3 bracket that will be cancelled. So you are left with the y by 4. So this is how you will do the question number 2, and it's A part. Question number 2 is B part, and you can see here again a fraction is given. We will factorize the numerator. We will also factorize the denominator, and then we will see if the simplification can be done or not. Okay. So in the numerator we have 8a plus 4b. So the 4 will be common. So in the bracket you are left with the 2a plus b. And in the denominator, you can see that the c is common. So when you take the c common from the numerator, from the denominator, so in the bracket you are left with the b plus 2a. 2a plus b and the b plus 2a, because they are adding up, a 2a plus b or b plus 2a, it means the same thing, because this is the process of addition. And in the process of addition, the order does not matter. Okay, so 2a plus b and the b plus 2a are actually the same thing. So these two brackets and these two brackets, they can be cancelled with each other. So when they are cancelled, you are left with the 4 by c. So you are left with the 4 by c. So this is how you will do this question. So this is how you will do the question number 2, and it's B part. Okay, so we are going to the next question. The next question is question number 2, and it's C part. It is a square plus 2ab. So you will have a square plus 2ab by 6a from the numerator. You can see that a can be taken common, and then we will see how this can be cancelled with the denominator. Okay, so sorry. So question number, okay, so here we go. From the numerator, you can see a is common, so I will take the a common. So I have taken the a common. So in the bracket, you are left with the a plus 2b, bracket close. In the denominator, you have 6a, so this a and this a can be cancelled. And now you are left with the a plus 2b in the numerator, and then the denominator, you have only 6. So this is how you will simplify this. And okay, so we are going to the next question. The next question is the C part. Question number 2, C part. It's C squared divided by C squared minus CD in the denominator. In the denominator, the C can be taken as common, and then we will see how this goes, how we can do the simplification. Okay, so c square divided by, in the denominator you have c square minus cd. So c square in the numerator will remain as it is, and from the denominator we will take the c common. So in the bracket in the denominator you will be left with the c minus d, and that c which you have taken common can be cancelled with this c square. So you will have c raised to power 2 minus 1 in the numerator, and in the denominator you are left with that bracket which was c minus d. So your final answer will be c divided by c minus d. So this is how you will do the question number 2, and it's D part. Okay, now we are going to the next question. The next question is question number 2. It's E part. It is m minus n whole square, and divided by, in the denominator we have m square minus mn. So in the denominator I will take the m common, and then we will see what we can do. Okay, so E part. Okay, so the E part is showing up on your screen. So m minus n whole square divided by m square minus mn. From the denominator, I will take the m common. So in the denominator, you will have bracket m minus n. This m is common, so the bracket m minus n. So these two brackets, they are same. Here the power is 2, here the power is 1. So I can write m minus n in the numerator. I can write m minus n whole bracket and raised to power 2 minus 1. And the denominator, you will be left with the single m. So upstairs, you are left with the m minus n, and downstairs, you are left with the m. So this is how you will do the question number 2, and it's the E part. Okay. Now we are moving to the next question. The next question coming up on your screen is question number 2, and it's F part. It is 5pq, and in the denominator, you have 15p minus 10pq. in the denominator, I can take the 5 and p common. 5p can be taken common from those two terms. And then I can take that 5p common from the denominator. So let me show you how I have done this. This is question number 2F part. And you can see in the numerator, we have 5pq. From the denominator, there are two terms. And from those two terms, we can take 5p common. So we will take the 5p common. And then we have the bracket. And in the bracket, you are left with the 3 minus 2q. Now this 5p and 5p in the numerator, they can be cancelled with each other. And you are left with the q in the numerator, and in the denominator, you are left with that bracket, which was 3 minus 2q. So this is how you will do the question number 2. It's F part. So we are going to the next question. The next question coming up on your screen is question number 3. It's A part. 2a plus b, and in the denominator we have 4a square minus b square. You know the 4a square is a perfect square and the b square is also a perfect square, and you have a negative sign with them, between them. So that is like a square minus b square, which is equals to a plus b, a minus b, difference of the two perfect squares. So I will factorize the denominator, and we are using the algebraic and 2a plus b, and we have in the denominator we have 4a square minus b square. 4a square can be written as 2a whole square, and the b square is obviously b square. So you will have 2a square minus b square. So in the numerator you will have 2a plus b, and in the denominator you will have, in one bracket you will have 2a plus b, and in the other bracket you will have 2a minus b. This bracket 2a plus b in the numerator and the 2a plus b in the denominator, they will be cancelled with each other. So your final answer will be 1 divided by, and in the denominator you will write 2a minus b. So this is how you will do the question number 3, and it's A part. Okay. So my dear students, we are going to the next question. The next question is question number 3, and it's B part. Here we have c square plus 3cd plus 2cd minus 15d square in the numerator, and in the denominator you have 4c square plus 20cd. So we will factorize in the numerator. We will also factorize the denominator, and we will see if something can be cancelled or not. Okay, so you have this. Okay, so c square plus 2cd minus 15d square, if you multiply the extreme terms in the numerator, so we will have you will have 15d square. So we will write the factors of the 15. They will be 1 into 15 and 3 into 5. And with the third term, you have negative sign. So I'm looking for that pair, which by subtraction will give you plus 2. So 3 and 5 is that pair. When you subtract them, you get 2 because you want positive 2. So with the larger number, you will put the positive sign, and with the small number, you will put the negative sign. So you can see in my first step, I written c square plus 5cd minus 3cd minus 15d square. I have done the midterm breaking. Downstairs, what we have done, we have taken 4c common. When I take 4c common, so in the bracket, you are left with the c plus 5d. And from the numerator, from the first two terms, you can see here from the first two terms, I can take c common. So in the bracket, you are left with the c plus 5d. And in the last two terms, I have taken minus 3d common. So in the bracket, you are left with the c plus 5d. So, and downstairs is the same thing. And now I can take c plus 5d bracket common from both these terms. So when I take c plus 5d common, so in the second bracket, I get c minus 3d. So now you can see numerator has two brackets multiplying with each other, and in the denominator we have 4c and a bracket c plus 5d multiplying with each other. So this bracket c plus 5d and the c plus 5d bracket here, they will be cancelled with each other, and you are left with the c minus 3d divided by 4c. So this is how you will do the question number 3, and it's B part. Oh, okay, so we are going to the next question. The next question is question number 3, and it's C part, and it says 3a minus 6 in the numerator, and in the denominator we have a square plus 2 plus a minus 6. So what I will do, I will factorize the numerator, and I will also factorize the denominator. So you should have full command on the factorization for this exercise and this chapter. So let's go to the next question. Okay, so from the numerator, I will take the 3 common. So you will 3 common. When you take 3 common, in the bracket, you are left with the a minus 2. In the denominator, when you multiply the extreme terms, you get a square plus, it will be 6a square. So write the pairs of the 6. They are 1 into 6 and 2 into 3. Third term sign is negative. So by subtraction, I should get 1. So that pair can be 3 and 2, but you want plus 1. So with the larger number, I will put the positive sign, and with the smaller number, I will put the negative sign. So you can see here, I have done the midterm breaking. So it's a square plus 3a minus 2a minus 6. So now from the first 2 terms, I can take the a common, and you are left with a plus 3 in the bracket. From the last 2 terms, I can take minus 2 common. So you are left with a plus 3 in the bracket. So you will have 3 bracket a minus 2 bracket close, and in the denominator you will have a plus 3 in one bracket and a minus 2 in the other bracket. So now a minus 2 and a minus 2 bracket can be cancelled. So you will be left with the 3 divided by, in the denominator you will have a plus 3. So this is the answer, question number 3, and it's C part. Now we go to the next question. The next question is question number 3, and it's D part. It's x squared plus 6x minus 7. And in the denominator, we have x squared minus x. We will factorize the numerator. We will also factorize the denominator. The numerator can be factorized by midterm breaking. If you multiply the extreme terms, you will get 7. So I will write the factors of 7. The factor of 7 is only 1, 1 into 7. And the third term has a negative sign, so by subtraction I should get 6. So because you want plus 6, so with the larger number I will put the positive sign, and with the smaller number we put the negative sign. In the denominator, you can see the x will be common, and it will be very easy. Okay, so in the numerator we will do x squared plus 7x minus 7. I've done the midterm breaking. And in the denominator, you can see x is common. So in the bracket, you are left with the x minus 1. In the numerator, from the first 2 terms, x is common. So I will take the x common. So you will have x bracket x plus 7. And then you, from the last 2 terms, minus 1 is common. So in the bracket, you will have x plus 7. So now I can take x plus 7 common from both these terms in the numerator. So you will have x plus 7, and in the other bracket, you will have x minus 1. And in the denominator, you have x bracket x minus 1 bracket close. So x minus 1 and x minus 1 will be cancelled. So you are left with the x plus 7 divided by x. So this is how you will do the question number 3, and it's the D part. Now we are going to the question number 3. It's E part. It says k square minus 9 divided by k square minus 7k plus 12. Okay, so the numerator, there are 2 perfect squares, a negative between them. And in the denominator, I will do the midterm breaking. Okay. Okay, in the numerator, I will write k square minus 3 square, which can be written as k plus 3 into k minus 3. In the denominator, you multiply the extreme term, you get 12. Write the factors of the 12. They are 1 into 12, 2 into 6, 3 into 4. We want that pair which by addition will give you minus 7. So 3 and 4 is the pair, and because you want the negative answer, so both of them will be given a negative sign. So you will have k square minus 4k minus 3k plus 12. So you will have k plus 3, k minus 3 in the upstairs. And downstairs you will have, if you take the k common from the first 2 terms, so you will have k bracket k minus 4 minus from the last 2 terms minus 3 is common, so you will have k minus 4. And then from the top, I will have k plus 3, k minus 3. And in the denominator, we will have k minus 4 taken common. So you will have k minus 4 in one bracket. And in the other bracket, I will have k minus 3. So now from the numerator to denominator, the k minus 3 bracket can be cancelled. So you are left with the k plus 3 divided by k minus 4. Now we are on the question number 3, and it's F part. It's mk plus 8k divided by, and then you have m square plus 4m minus 32. So we will factorize the numerator. We will also factorize the denominator. So from the numerator, I will take the k common. So in the bracket, you are left with the m plus 8. And in the denominator, I will multiply the extreme terms. So I will have 32, and I will write the factors of the 32. The factors of the 32 are 1 into 32, 2 into 16, and 4 into 8. So here we have the negative sign with the third term. So I will choose that pair, which by subtraction will give me 4. So that pair is 4 and 8. Because you want positive 8, so with the larger number, I will put positive. With the smaller number, I will put negative. So you can see here, I have done this, and what is this? M square plus 8m minus 4m minus 32. So from the first two terms, I can take m common, and in the bracket, you will have m plus 8. From the last two terms, minus 4 is common. So in the brackets, I will have m plus 8. So now m plus 8 can be common, and other bracket will be m minus 4. This m plus 8 and m plus 8 will be cancelled with each other. So you are left with the k divided by m minus 4. K divided by m minus 4. So, my dear students, today in this video, in this session, we have done from question number 1 to question number 3. This is the first video on this. This is my first video on this exercise 6A, and we have completed question number 1, 2, and 3. The rest of the questions we will practice and we will do in the next video. We will start from the question number 4 in the next video. This is enough for today. If you find this video interesting and useful to you, please like this video, share the link of this video onto your Facebook accounts and onto your Twitter accounts and onto your Instagram, because that is a great appreciation for me and for my work. It's a great blessing for me to be able to teach so many people around the world through this YouTube channel. And thank you very much for watching my videos. So have a good day, sir. God bless you all.